Hey guys, it's Christ169 coming to you with live another video, or uploading another video. And I'm outside once again, Clarksville Athletic Club, about ready to go and get my gym on. I know it's Saturday, or it's my Sunday, by the way. But since Lowe's FC1 is closed on Tuesday, I'm going to go to the gym today because I'll probably go to the gym on Tuesday as well, but maybe not do as much workout, but, do cardio and stuff like that. I feel great, though, by the way. Feel awesome. Very blessed and fortunate. Take glasses off here. But really, let's discuss this whole GameStop snafu thing. I know it's been talked about. It's been beaten to the ground. And I know people have talked about it forever and ever and ever. I know people like myself, Chris, UTech USA talked about it. A lot of people talked about it. How GameStop is going to go out of business, any moment. Any day it's going to fall apart. Any day it's going to be dead. Any day. And I hate to say it, but GameStop is a little engine that could. What I mean by that is, if you work for GameStop, you're very blessed and fortunate to have a job, obviously. But it proves to me people are still going to buy weird stuff. Once their whole situation was used games, and that's no longer a realm of possibilities for them. They sell pops and pogs or pops. They sell book bags and backpacks and book bags. They sold a graphics card for a while. They sold 1660 Super at one time. Yes, it was GTX, but still. But their main focus is not PC gaming, and I think it should be. And they explained to me why it's not, because, the financial thing. But I'm thinking a lot of PC gamers out there coming up. Even if you had a small selection of cases at the place, I think mini ones and maybe a little bigger ones, 66 Supers, 2060s, maybe even a 3070, 3060 maybe, 3050. But the lady behind system management told me that the cost effectiveness would be different. Then our rebuttal said, yeah, but you got pogs and book bags over here. How many people are rushing here buying this stuff? Not every day. You may get one customer a day that buys this stuff because they have a fetish for it for a while. But once the fetish goes away, once they get it abbreviated, don't want it anymore, they're not going to buy any more of this stuff. It's the PC gang, to me, is very hard to ignore. Okay? The PC gang is very hard to ignore. The PC gang is very hard to discredit. Since that a lot of games now are going from Game Pass Ultimate to PC anyway. They run better, look better, obviously. On said hardware. On said hardware. And you don't have to worry about the constant barrage of stupidity, i.e. having to sit there and try to explain to somebody PC specs when they should have all the information up and running anyway. See, the problem is, to me personally, with GameStop is, and what really makes me only go in there to buy Game Pass and Steam cards, that doesn't help GameStop at all in the long run. It's the fact that I know people in there. I know people that shop in there. I know people that work in there. I have no problem going in there and spending money. It doesn't bother me. Because I know people that work in there, and I have them as work friends, if you want to call it that way. But, once they leave, once they find something else to do, I'm done with GameStop. And that's not being mean. That's not being facetious. That's just being truthful. Now, we all have your favorite co-worker you work with, or your bestie. I don't care about besties, but whatever, some people do. Your favorite co-worker you like being with, who's just like you, little fist bump, just like you. I have those people as work friends up there where I can relate to them, talk to them, like that. And yes, a lot of them left GameStop for different reasons. But GameStop itself is going through a flux right now. They're the little engine that could, but eventually they are going to run out of steam. Eventually they're going to have something that happens to them that's going to cause a lot more damage and a lot more problems than they could ever imagine. The POG issue, the stock inflation issue, the games, the used games. Yes, they're trying to get back into retro gaming again. And they even said this. They have new pro memberships, $25. You get 5% off all used stuff. I told the lady, why don't you make it pro, then elite again? Elite gets 20% off. And, that's too much money to be spending. So you're telling me $30 a year, like I spent when I had the elite, gave me 20% off, plus I think a discount during the holidays on used games, well, too. Used games, or even used merchandise, clearance stuff, like PC stuff, because they're going from Attrax to GameStop branded PC stuff. That's still good, by the way. I think the Attrax is better, but if the GameStop stuff is it made by the same material, same stuff, because I have a keyboard, a mouse, and a headset, wireless headset, all Attrax. Even if it's GameStop, I wouldn't care. Because people will buy it if it's A, sturdy, B, reliable, and C, doesn't break easy. It kind of goes into reliable category, but you know what I'm saying. And, people want to have that. People want to have that certainty of knowing that when they buy something, it ain't going to be a pile of junk. Because they don't know anything like that about that kind of stuff. Sorry, the engineer. About the stuff like that. They're not going to know anything about that stuff until they get it home and use it. Like I said, I did a review on a cheap wired keyboard, mouse, and headset that I got from City Forum. It's a small little fun family, wannabe Dave & Buster's. But it's small. It's only local in Clarksville, Tennessee, in Sango. But it had it, and points, and I won it, and I got it, point tickets, and I got it. It's very flimsy, but I said this is a good item to use if you are starting out with PC gaming, and you did not want to have anything extravagant. Or like a backup or whatever, something like that. I made a point very clear about that. I made a point very clear about saying that this is only going to be good for a temporary use. But if you have somebody like a kid, they got a gaming rig for Christmas maybe, or got one built or whatever, and they want something cheap, and they got this head, you can get for like $30-40 on Amazon, at least Amazon, and get it home. Yes, it's cheap and flimsy, but it will do the job. It will do the job. It will be able to use it for how long, I don't know. But I did a review on that, some months ago. So GameStop can selling stuff not like that. The Attrax stuff is better. But that's something that needs to be addressed with GameStop. They need to be more than just a POG, a book bag. Oh, yeah, we still use games sometimes too as well. Because that might help, the Tom, Dick, and Harry person. That might help the Tom, Dick, and Harry person who wants to buy a POG occasionally. But what is GameStop going to do when people are all pogged out? All pops out. And they actually want PC stuff. And all you have is a small dying section. You could find a 1660 Super at one time. And I almost bought it for my gaming rig. I needed something in my gaming rig. I almost bought the 60 Super, and it would have been still good today. 66 Super is still a good graphics card, even though it's very small. It still gets the job done in many AAA games. You got to play it by medium settings, probably 1080p, maybe low settings, but you can still play games if you had no other option. You got 3050, you got 7600 on XT, 6700 XT, RTX XT, 7600 XT. That's 12 gigabytes. You have all these options now. Back then, you didn't have them. In 2020, I had my gaming rig built. In 2020. So, but I got 2060 instead, so it's a lot better. But they can do that. They don't want to. They're trying to sell games that you can go down to a game exchange and get. Game exchange, got rid of a lot of 5200 Atari games. They weren't selling. They're selling for only like $1. I say it again. They had 5,200 games. Atari, 5,200 games. They were trying to sell for $1. And they couldn't get rid of the damn things. People weren't buying them. Why? Because the console was extremely unreliable. And it didn't work at the time. Why? Because it was rushed in production and produced piss poorly. That's what happened, folks. GameStop did right now. GameStop is rushing into this, thinking, they did this retro thing not even 10 years ago, and it still fell on their face. So to say that it ain't gonna happen again is kind of silly and kind of dangerous. To even consider this would be kind of silly. But GameStop is going to try this again. Yes, I'm all for a Pro card being $25 and you get 5% off anything, including clearance items. I think that's pretty good. So if you want to buy that statue that's say $50, you get 5% off or whatever. That's not bad. And you get a $5 coupon on top of it too. You can stack that. I think you can stack it. That ain't too bad for you. But that's a one-time niche item. GameStop is a niche clientele. You can go to Walmart and buy Pops at Walmart now. Okay? You can't buy Amazon gift cards right now. Well, eventually, you probably will be eventually. But you can't Walmart. You can't Lowe's though. You can't Walmart because Amazon and Walmart are now going through a bloodlust feud right now. But you can buy Steam cards at GameStop. I buy them all the time occasionally. When I can. I'll put $25, $50 down. I'll $5 coupon, I'll get 2 20s and give my father one. And spend $35 on it and save $5, yeah. Or I can go to Sam's Club and get it for about $5, $6 cheaper too as well too. But do I really want to wait in line for 20 minutes and the only register that I got I can actually use that? Buy those things? No, I don't. So this is why I go to GameStop. Walmart, I can, but once again, I don't have $5 off to use it. So there is advantages going there. But see, I'm not buying anything game-based, physical-based. Like I said in my video, like I said before, 98% of PC gamers are buying games digitally. Only 2% are buying games at a store. GameStop used to have PC section. EB Games, which are a boutique, one of those really big and popular. That's why I bought Age of Empires 3 and played it on my Dell XPS gaming system. That I could do that, on my gaming system, where I can do that and play it on there, and I had that very well. It's a very good system. Very good system, very well done, and it was a good system. I played GameTap on it, and GameTap was a service that you play all your games for 99 cents. Of course, it died out in 2009, but in the same sense, though, it was something that was really good. But the XPS was a system that only had, like, a very simple processor. It wasn't very great. It's not what they had in gaming rigs before. No, that was not going to work. But you couldn't buy games like that now at GameStop. You can buy used games for Xbox and PlayStation and maybe PS2, Dreamcast. I don't think it's going to work. Because it's not going to work to me because it has no benefit for me. Yes, if I had a Retron 5 system, I go on down to Game Exchange and buy a game. But it'll be expensive. These games are going to be expensive, folks. These games up there at game, you go to your local Game Exchange or gaming retro place and see how it costs a Sega Genesis game costs. Retron 5 was like $99. The games cost about $10, $20 to $40. So you're spending money on a Retron 5 because, buying the consoles now will probably be astronomical. Hooking them up will be another pain in the ass. But GameStop doesn't understand this. They think, oh, we'll do this and people buy it. No. You have to put in... I'm going to tell you why retro gaming is not going to work at GameStop. You got to put in consideration the time and effort of finding these consoles. You first have to have an idea of what people want. You can't just sell Madden games. Granted, John Madden's birthday, you can probably get away with Madden 95, Madden 97, Madden 98. But you're not going to do that, or Madden 92, 94. But you're not going to do that every single day. Wrestling games, Super Nintendo, great niche. I'll buy them. Super WrestleMania, Royal Rumble. If I had a Retron 5, I would buy one of those and play them. Why? Because I like those type of games, simplistically. But to buy an actual Super Nintendo would be astronomical. It'd be expensive. If my one actually works, it's not colored yellow, that actually works real well. All the cables, all the issues, you have to go with it to upscale it to 1080p, where you can do that with a Retron 5. Once again, the games are going to cost $10 to $40 to $50 or more. So you're going to have to understand, you want to play a game that was $50 back then, it's probably $100 now. No, depending on how rare it is. And are they going to include CD-based games? Like the Amiga 32? Are they going to are they going to include the PC Engine? TurboGrafx 16, TurboGrafx CD? Neo Geo? Are they going to include all these things too? Or are only going to be hand select retro games that are cheap that people may buy? Folks, retro games to me are Neo Geo AVS, Neo Geo CD, Sega Saturn, Sega 32X, Sega CD, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, NES, Master System, M-Town Marty, 3DO consoles, Philips CDI, what else is out there? There's the Atari Jaguar, all Atari consoles. These things are retro. Getting some NES cartridges, and 64 cartridges, and Sega cartridges is not retro to me. You need systems, you need games, you need this, you need everything. If I can't go into a GameStop and buy this stuff, even though it's going to be astronomical, why am I going to a GameStop to buy retro games if I don't have the console to play it on? That right there is the way any consumer can torpedo this whole situation. Just go, boom, torpedo. Because there's no way with a straight face you can stand there but crossing the GameStop person, doing a little dance trying to sell you something. With the consoles, torpedoed. Boom! Destroys their wholesale. Because while the consoles you can't play it on. Retron 5, you can go to Game Exchange. Are they going to sell Retron 5s now too? If they are, then they're helping the digital distribution because the Retron 5 uses online emulators to emulate the games, essentially eliminating a lot of need for mom and pop stores and GameStop. See, GameStop people need to understand this. I don't have a problem with GameStop selling Retron 5s and retro gaming consoles. You can't just sell PS2s and PS1s and Xbox. Oh, we're retro. No. You guys sell all of them. And that's finding ones that are hard to find. The Sega 32X, complete. Sega CD, complete. Retron 5 will be interesting to have. It's more of a new age retro thing, cheaper than actually buying the consoles. 3DO is a good one too as well, hard to find, working anyway. The bigger one, you have to use the video card to play certain games on, or full motion video. There's a lot of things that GameStop just doesn't understand. And you can't get in, well, we're retro game, we're selling retro. You're not selling retro when you only sell games with PS2 and Xbox and 360, or maybe Nintendo and PS1 and Sega Genesis. Retro to me means every game console that's created in the last 30 to 40 or even 50 years. So you're talking about games like Pong machines, Pong. We're talking everything, folks. And they can't do it because they can't afford to take, say $100 million and throw it at these people who may not even be making game consoles. Hey, make us a console there, Mattel. They haven't made a console in almost 40 years. Or Neo Geo Playmore, or 3DO that went out of business. So it's really hard to tell people, oh yeah, you can make it. Yeah, you can do this. Oh yeah, you can do it. But is it going to be feasible? The answer is no. It won't be feasible because they can't. That destroys the whole retro market. Now going towards the shops they're going to create to come in there and sit down, play games, and have some tea and some coffee or some game energy drinks or whatever, went away too. Only test markets, only certain stores have those. So that being said, guys, GameStop right now is looking kind of rough. They're looking desperate, trying to throw in anything at the wall that sticks. And that's fine. If they can get away with having a retro place and selling some retro place, having a coffee little shop with a little espresso, a little bun you can eat, little muffins and energy drinks, and play some games. Like a Microsoft store had it in Nashville. They had a Microsoft store in Nashville. You can go in there and kids run in there after school. And I went in there with my Xbox One X. Because I thought it was broken, and it wasn't, obviously, but it's a good thing it wasn't. I went in there and I went down there and I saw all the stuff, VR stuff. It was pretty cool. GameStop ain't going to do that. They're going to make some small little table with some game stuff and call it a day. They're not going to go out there and spend $100 million to do all this crap and get all these screens and stuff. It's just not going to want to happen. Because it's easier for them to crap out and do the easy way out than it actually is to go out there and actually physically have to do this stuff. No, I'm not, if I'm lying, I'm dying, folks. I'm still alive. By the grace of God, I'm still alive. So obviously, something's going on around here that no one seems to understand or want to understand. That bothers me the most, okay? GameStop needs to understand something. They need to be just doing what they've done before. Sell used games, sell consoles, try to implement better pro rewards systems, get more PC stuff in there, do what they gotta do. No, they're not gonna do that. But what they're gonna do is, in one year, out the other, try to take a nail in a hand and throw it against the wall, see what sticks. Or mark against the window, see what sticks. And it ain't gonna work. Because there's no way for it to work. Not feasible. Not feasible with enough sense to go, okay, well, that's pretty cool. feasible enough to go, yeah, it's yeah, you know, it's a band-aid on it's a band-aid on a broken leg. So that right there, which should prove to all of us that GameStop days are numbered. When when folks are spending all day long with nothing to do, and they do all their tasks in less than 2 hours and stand around getting paid. Yeah, it might be cool for them for a while, but eventually when stores stop making money, and then GameStop's like, yeah, we gotta start cutting down some stores again, and start shutting down stores again. Sometimes with no notice, they done this a couple times too as well. I would worry, because if you have multiple stores in your area, well, we're free today. There's nothing going on today. Yay! Well, I'll be a little worried. GameStop is not a company that takes money and keeps wasting it. So my video, guys. I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna go to the gym, work out. You guys be safe. Peace out. Love. Have a good day.